right, everybody, welcome back to the Pair Program. I'm your host, Tim Winkler. Now, usually on this show, we're talking with founders, operators, investors, engineers, people building companies and solving hard problems across defense tech, critical infrastructure, AI, all industries where pressure is kind of part of the job description. But today's episode is a little bit different. This is a bonus mini episode I'm personally really excited about because today we're talking with Elijah Hinzman. I know him as Eli, a 15-year-old dual citizen Indonesian American Muay Thai fighter who has rapidly emerged as one of the rising young names in international combat sports, fighting out of Bangkok, Thailand, and is it Magetan, Indonesia?
Magetan, yeah.
Yeah. Eli competes professionally in the bantamweight division and is already fighting grown men on major international stages across Southeast Asia. And the more I got to know Eli's story, the more I realized this conversation actually fits perfectly into what we talk about on this podcast all the time. Because what stood out to me wasn't just the fighting itself, it was the mindset behind it. Pressure, preparation, discipline, consistency, sacrifice, handling setbacks publicly, learning how to stay calm when the lights come on and everybody's watching. Honestly, a lot of that sounds very familiar to startup founders, military operators, engineers building mission critical systems, and people trying to perform at a high level in environments where failure has real consequences. And I think that's why this conversation made so much sense for the Pair Program, because whether you're stepping into a ring in Bangkok or pitching investors, deploying technology into a mission environment, or just trying to build something meaningful under pressure, there are certain traits that seem to show up over and over again in people chasing excellence. So today's conversation is less about fight analysis and more about mindset, discipline, preparation, humility, and what it looks like to willingly walk toward pressure at an age where most people are still trying to figure themselves out. And a full disclaimer, I've known Eli and his family for a very long time, literally since the day he was born. So this one's a little more personal for me, which honestly makes it even more fun. So, with that said, Eli, welcome to the Pair Program, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah.
All right, man. So before we start talking fighting and mindset, let's start with some, fun personal questions, something that'll help our listeners learn more about you as a 15-year-old boy growing up in Southeast Asia. What do you like to do for fun, outside of the gym?
Most days I'm usually in the gym like all day long. So when I have some free time, like in the weekends, we'll probably go to the mall, watch a movie, walk around the mall and just, relax.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like a normal day for you? What's a normal day for you right now? Sounds like it's all going to be more fighting centric, right?
Yeah. Right now I'm in fight camp. I'm 1 week out. So I'm in like the really intense part of the fight camp.
So perfect timing for me to get you right now when you're kind of wound up. What about like, what kind of music do you like? Do you like, playing video games or, kind of movies? What are you into?
I really like, I love listening to music. That's kind of like my hobby, and also watching movies in my free time and watching like series, comedy, yeah.
Nice. Do you still get nervous before fights?
Before when I was still new to this sport, I was nervous because like from the fear of getting hurt and everything, the atmosphere, the environment was still new to me. But over time, as my experience in the sport has increased, I'm starting to learn to compose it, try
Yeah.
not to show it. Because
Yeah.
like if you're nervous before the fight and you're sitting right next to your opponent and he knows you're nervous, he'll take that as an advantage.
For sure. Well, let's use that as a good segue into, pressure and fighting mindset. Most people try to avoid pressure. Seems like you step into it. How do you feel about pressure?
When I first started fighting, the pressure was really high. I was still new, but pressure from like I said before, like, from getting hurt. Fear of, everything's still new, but now my level has increased. But new, bigger promotions. Starting to fight in new, bigger promotions. The consequences of losing are higher and the rewards are bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still learning to embrace it.
So how do you feel about, confidence? Do you think that confidence kind of comes from training hard and being prepared? How do you feel about where your confidence comes from?
For me, I get confident after all the hard work, like after training camp, after studying my opponent, about his weaknesses and strengths and implementing those stuff in the training. And, all those stuff make me more confident,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd imagine, having a good training camp, feeling good,
Yeah.
leading into
Yeah.
the
And
fight.
knowing you gave all you gave your best to prepare yourself, prepare your body physically, mentally, as best as you can.
Yeah. What about like, right before you walk into the ring, what goes through your mind? Or do you black out?
No, usually before stepping in the ring, like I said before, it's usually I'm sitting right next to my opponent, literally like getting prepared next to each other, in the same room, same changing room, getting prepared, getting warmed up, getting your hands wrapped, and just sitting there is really, really, you get me really nervous. But when I finally step into the ring, somehow, I don't know how, but all those nerves like disappear somehow. I don't know how to explain it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that fighters only can experience. I think partly because like in the ring, my mindset is like, all right, I'm here.
Mm.
No going back. This is the time, this is the moment I've been preparing for. Yeah, it's time to fight.
It's almost like the ring is your comfort zone now,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what kind of keeps you calm during a fight is it brings you back to a feeling of, this is what you do. That's sure.
Yeah, yeah.
What about let's talk a little bit about discipline and training. What is this journey, over the last few years here forced you to have to give up or sacrifice, at your age?
Where do I start, really? I mean, I've sacrificed a lot of my childhood. My I've learned to sacrifice not having friends and at a young age, and sacrifice my social life, school, the freedom to eat whatever I want, the freedom to stay up late. But I try to. It's part of the journey. Um, to achieve something big, you need to be willing to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah, man. Well said. Yeah. Greatness demands that type of sacrifice. So, talk to me a little about like what a normal training day looks like for you.
Um, A normal day, I usually wake up at around like 5 to 5:30 and go for my morning runs, which goes 6 to 10 or more kilometers. And then go to the gym. In the mornings, I focus on like body conditioning, cardio, a lot of technique, pad work, keep it lightly in the morning, and then go back home, eat, try to study. Maybe I try to study for like 3 hours minimum a day, and then take a nap, and then go back to the gym. The afternoons are really long ones and hard, where all the hard training, are in, like the hard pad work, bag work, sparring, clinching, basically all the hard stuff in the afternoon. And then go back home, relax a little bit, and then try to work on my social media. And then, yeah, basically, that's
And then
it.
try to get some sleep too, right? In
Try to
between.
get some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the hardest part you think of this lifestyle that, people don't see online?
I think the hardest part is the training fight camp, the fight camp leading up to the fight, when you're 1 or 2 weeks out, like where I am right now, where you're just like uh basically trying to destroy your own body, to get yourself physically prepared
Yeah.
for the fight, and physically and mentally, because uh if you don't prepare hard, and it's you're not ready,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you ever get tired mentally from all training all the time?
Of course, I mean, I've went through phases where I get really tired of training, and sometimes I during like uh pad sessions, I sometimes these thoughts come through my mind from out of nowhere, like, why am I doing this? This is so hard, uh, all the negative thoughts. And then, but sometimes I cry, but I try to, at those moments, I try to remember why I'm doing this, and I've come so far in this sport, and why I can't stop now.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah, it's super impressive. I mean, at your age to have that level of mental discipline, it's not something that's very common. Um, let's talk a little bit about, family and, loss, and how you kind of stay grounded. How do you deal with losses, or, those difficult moments?
What I've learned in this industry, in this sport, you can't take losses too personally, because if you if you do, you're gonna end up digging up a hole for yourself that you can't get out. And I myself has have went through those um those phases also. Like this one time, uh I was like, there's this fight in Bangkok, and I was fighting this guy with basically no name. And my trainer was like, "Oh no, easy fight," So I didn't. I was on a 20 something already on a 20 something winning streak. So I was like too confident and underestimating my opponent. And in the fight, I wasn't taking the training seriously. And then the day of the fight came, and then yeah, got my ass kicked. Got my first cut. I got TKO'd in the second round. While my grandparents was there watching, supporting me.
That's tough.
And then and then
would you say that's your toughest loss?
Yeah, I'd say that was my toughest loss. And then after that, I was really in a depressed phase. But over time, I built myself up and made myself confident again. And yeah.
Quick shout out to our friends at Defense Unicorns. So updating software on the F-22 used to mean grounding the jet, pulling panels, extracting the onboard computer, days of work, full maintenance crew. Defense Unicorns changed that. Now a pilot can push updates from a tablet in minutes, and mission operators can fly, fix, and fly again with ease. Read the full case study at defenseunicorns.com/hatchit. I've heard, I'm a big fan of, UFC and MMA, and, I listen to a lot of podcasts from, professional fighters, and whenever they take a big loss, they say the thing that gets them out of their slump is just scheduling the next fight, because then you have something to kind of continue to work towards. Does that kind of resonate with you?
Yeah. That's basically what happened. After that fight, I was supposed to be like on a break because I was fighting. I had already been fighting a lot before that, and my plan was like to take a break. And I think that that kind of just sitting on that loss just made me think too much about the loss, and messed with my mind.
Yeah. It kind of gets you out of that slump.
Yeah.
So, your dad mentioned, staying humble is really important in your family. Why is that important to you?
There's a saying my mom used to tell me when I was younger. It goes like, it's an Indonesian saying. It goes like, "Jangan jadi kacang yang lupa kulit." It translates to, "Don't be the peanut or nut that forgot its shell." So the meaning behind that is like, don't forget the people who helped make you successful, and just don't forget where you come from.
Don't forget your roots.
Don't forget your roots. Be humble.
And we'll give a shout out to Rena. That's Eli's mom. What kind of keeps you motivated when training gets hard? Like what's your motivation?
Usually the hard when I'm deep in fight camp, like right now, I try to, when I'm tired and physically and mentally tired, I try to, and when in the point where I want to give up and just don't want to do this anymore, I try to think to myself why I'm doing this, and I've come so far. I just can't stop now, I'm almost there. Think about the end result, when the feeling of achievement and just uh like you get you yeah
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah. You want to chase that
yeah yeah
outcome,
yeah
that victory.
yeah a victory.
But you're right too. You've come so far, and it's like, you don't want to call that all a wash. You don't want to, you didn't want to do all that for nothing,
Yeah,
right? So you got
yeah,
to kind of stay motivated to keep going.
yeah.
That's cool. How important has your family been during this journey?
They've been they're probably the most important people I've.
You've got in your corner. You're in your corner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're the only people who support me.
Your dad trains with you pretty regularly, right?
Yeah, he's actually training me. He's my trainer right now for this fight. Yeah, especially my dad. He's number one supporter. He helped me. Yeah, basically get to where I am right now. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm emotional right now.
Yeah, I was
Just
gonna
thinking
say
about.
we can get you a virtual tissue here in a second.
Yeah.
Um, so would you say that you've learned more from your wins or from your losses?
Definitely learned a lot from my losses. Like when I first started fighting, I basically lost uh, all my 4 times, all my, uh, basically lost 4 times in a row, but over time, I but those losses motivated me to learn and do better in the next fight. And after those losses, helped me go on. I went on like 20 something winning streak. So without those losses, I wouldn't be as good as I am right now. I'd say that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Those. Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk, kind of like bigger picture and like some life lessons, throughout this journey. What has fighting taught you about life, outside of the ring?
Um, Fighting has taught me a lot, especially with discipline. I mean, without discipline, you shouldn't fight. If you're not disciplined enough, you shouldn't fight because you're definitely gonna get your ass beat. Yeah. um, yeah. Fighting. Uh, Relies on a lot of discipline, especially in your personal life, like, discipline and training and your sleep schedule, your diet, yeah, basically everything. The and also another thing fighting has taught me is, especially Muay Thai, is respect.
Mm,
Respect in Muay Thai is really big. If you see like traditional Muay Thai fighters usually like do this dance called the White Crew. It's the fighter's dance. It's meant to show respect to the teachers and family who helped you get to where you are right now. And yeah,
yeah, it's very cool. It's something that's very unique in
yeah,
combat sports.
yeah.
It's very, very, very interesting to watch. What advice would you give to, other young people, chasing a big dream like you are?
Um, I'd say if you have a dream, Shoot for it. Just when things get hard, don't quit. Keep going. You
Yeah.
know.
What do you hope people see when they watch you fight? What do you hope they see
Uh,
aside from a victory?
yeah, yeah. I had this teacher, one of my teachers, my trainers. It was one of my first trainers. He told me, he used to tell me, in Muay Thai, make everything beautiful, make every technique beautiful, the white crew beautiful, every movement beautiful, and I try to keep that in my mind when I fight, to like show the art to everybody, show my skill. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
What's his name?
Crew cop.
Kukop.
Yeah.
Is he going to be coming to see you at any of these upcoming fights?
He's back in Thailand. But I'm sure he'll be watching.
Yeah.
He's been supporting me since the day I started. So yeah.
That's cool. What's your biggest goal right now?
I recently fought in one of the biggest promotions in I'd say the world. It's called RWS. I had my debut there a couple months ago. Won. And now I think my goal right now is to hopefully one day get the belt,
Mm.
win, hopefully be the first Indonesian to ever win uh the the stadium belt there, the RWS belt.
Very cool. Yeah, we're going to be, tracking that journey and making sure that we share more about those upcoming fights across our channels and our audience to make sure they can also be rooting you along. Let's kind of wrap with some fun questions now, man.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite fighter?
Uh, I'd say Daniel Rodriguez. He every time I watch him, he is really impressive. All his techniques. Just nobody can beat him.
Where does he fight out of?
I think last time he fought out of Superbond camp
Okay.
in Thailand. Yeah,
Is he Thai or what's his? Do you know where he's?
he's Swiss.
Oh, he's a Swiss guy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Definitely pizza. Every
Yeah.
time, the number one post fight meal, pizza. Definitely.
Yeah, that's the right answer. That's the right answer. Any like specific toppings you go with? How do you like your pizza?
I just like. I've learned to, after so much weight cuts and all those diets, I've learned to enjoy my food and not try to eat it as fast as possible. So I like an authentic Italian pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, make it last. When you finally get your hands on a pizza. It's rare, I'd imagine.
Yeah, especially after a fight.
What's your fight name?
The Hurricane.
The Hurricane?
Yeah, Elijah the Hurricane Hinzman.
Elijah the Hurricane. Why do they call you the Hurricane?
Me and my dad actually came up with that name. I'm actually one of my biggest. I hate rain. I hate rain. I hate thunderstorms or stuff like that, because every time especially when during training and fighting, I get this this bad feeling, always getting hurt in training, and lost one of my fights when it was raining also. So just being the thing that I fear the most, this
Being the
hurt
storm.
me.
Being the
Being a
storm.
Yeah.
I like it. What's one of the, I guess, your favorite places that you've traveled to for a fight?
I say Bali.
Mm,
Yeah, Bali. I
nice.
was born there, and so it's basically fighting in my home.
It's a special
Yeah,
place for
yeah,
sure.
special friends. Yeah.
What's the hardest training session that you've ever done? Does one kind of pop up in your mind? Are they all hard?
Basically, the whole fight camp, every session in fight camp. Yeah,
Are,
just try to crush the pads, crush the bag, uh, going hard sparring, just.
yeah. All of them basically, right?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of them. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing to do, after a win?
Um, I usually go out, go out to eat somewhere, um, have a pizza, go to the mall, watch a movie. I love going to movies, just sitting there, watch a movie that I like, eating popcorn, walk around the mall.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What's a one word that you think your dad says too much during training?
uh, he's calmed down a little bit since when I've started. We were new. Before he used to say, keep your hands up, block your face. Like, counter, come on. But now he's relaxed a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Anytime I watch one of your fights, he's always, right there ringside, and
Yeah.
the camera always kind of
Sometimes he's the only person you can hear.
It's the only one you can hear. The camera will pan on him, and he's his head's like right in between the ropes. It's pretty entertaining. What would you say is like your dream place to fight one day?
I'd say Japan. I've always wanted to go to Japan, eat some authentic sushi, some katsu. But in Japan, they have really good fighters there. So, yeah, hopefully
Japan.
one day I can.
Yeah, one day,
there.
and we need you out here in the U.S., man. I'd love to see you fighting out here one day too. Of
course, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man. Tell our listeners a little bit about some exciting fights that are coming up on your schedule. And any specific dates that you have off the top of your head that you want to rattle off.
Right now, of course, I'm right now in a week. Next Sunday, I'll be fighting in Jakarta against this 23-year-old man. He's supposed to be one of the best in Malaysia. So first I'm gonna beat this guy's ass, and then after that go back to Thailand and prepare for a fight in RWS again. Yeah.
So Sunday, I think if that's May 31st.
31st, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah.
You feel good about it? You feel mentally and physically ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. All right. That's a wrap, Eli. I just want to thank you again for, spending time with us on the podcast, my man. I'm wishing you continued success on this journey, and just know that the Hatch community here, we stand behind you. We're rooting for you, outside the ring, brother. So best of luck to you in these upcoming fights.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Really honored again to be in this podcast with you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, man. We're rooting for you. We're excited for you, Eli.
Yeah, thank you.